back. It's going to be a two-parter this week. I forgot to delete. I don't know how I did that, but I forgot to delete last week's after I uploaded it. So anyway. So I'll do another 10 minutes, another couple minutes. So yeah, so I'm like, I'm going in circles. So how often is it that, you know, we're waiting for other people to tell us what we already know? If we just turned off the exterior, and listen to ourselves, very often we find the answer. You see? There were distractions out there. There were people who would like us to get lost and go in circles. Not people, but forces, I mean, it's in the age to come, which is what we're going into, right? It's on us, right? It's going to be on us. It's not just someone out there who's going to embody, God. God is all of us. And the sooner we see that sign, the easier it's going to be for us, okay? So, we all have our moments. It's from all the research that I've been doing, it's like, this is our moment. It's like Robin Wilson in the Gin Blossoms. Now they might not be like the most popular band. I like their, they're the ones that did Jealousy, and Allison Road was one of the, it was one of, they did pretty well. But the video is awesome because it's got, people sitting on couches in different rooms with different TVs, and they're kind of going from room to room. And that's kind of what I feel like my life is. You're reading about different people that you've known at different times in your life. And okay, the TVs looked like this then. We had my grandparents had the big TV that was, the big cabinet, thing. And then, we kept getting different TVs, but there was always that distraction, that box through which we saw the world. That's very Neptunian, right? That world in the TV. That's, and then once I started doing my work, right, it's almost like you have that inside of you. You have images, right? And that's, a big part of the, I think a big part of the theme, there's fire in heaven in the eyes. We're looking, the guy in the song, he's looking at this woman, right? He's whatever, it's about relationships, really, right? Because our relationships with others tell us things about ourselves, right? And that's really what we're here to learn about, is, through service, through relationships with others, we really find out about what we're made of, some people, you think of, you have limited contact with, you have certain conversations. Some people you don't know at all because you weren't, there was no reason for you to interact much. Other people, you can remember distinct times you've, interacted with them. It could just be once or twice, or it could be a lot, And then there are this, I picture him with this girl in the song, he's out, he's like, he's wasting his breath. So the more he talks, right, she gets him all riled up, and it makes her, the more attention he pays to this woman, right, is furling her sails. She's getting, you know those kind of relationships where it's kind of like one person, it's exhausting because you if you get pulled into a conflict, it's going to drain you. So, after a while you realize, look, this person, if I stop if I stop feeding this relationship, this situation, where I'm not sure. If you're not sure, then it's probably not doing anything for you, right? But so he said he can't hide, right? He can't hide anymore, right? The truth has to come out in relationships, right? We have to be truthful. So why not drive? He said, take a drive. How often? I remember this one friend, and his birthday's February 15th. A friend of mine from grad school that I knew. I remember, a time where we were having a discussion, and it got heated. So I went out for a drive, and I drove probably a little faster than I should have driven. That's Mars, right? And, well, never mind. Everything was fine, but you shouldn't get in the car after heated discussion. Everything was fine. Anyway, but I remember that, those are the things that they burn into your memory, right? That time that we had that, and it was kind of, and then I came back and it's like, oh, sorry we had that fight, but and then it's kind of fun after that, like making up, making amends, because you have to make amends. You have to go back after your drive and face this person and deal with it, like Jesus says, that before you can bring your gifts up, you got to deal with all that stuff, that mess you made, right? Before you can enjoy your meal, you gotta deal with that mess. That before you go to heaven, right? It's gotta get a little hot. It's gotta get a little fiery, because nobody gets away without a little bit of that. The house is gonna fall down. There's gonna be some ashes, and I don't know. Like in the video, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, and then, so, the other thing I wanted to say is, back then, it's sort of, you look back, and in the song, he's saying, he was sort of lost. You're driving around, going in circles. You were living in a way that, it was an illusion, because you weren't aware, you weren't conscious, right? If you're not, once you can look back with clearer vision, right? You can see where you went wrong. You can see, oh yeah, you can look back at 1994 and you can go, oh my God, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Because you were, driving around. You were on Allison Road. You really didn't know where you were. In other words, you really weren't lost, but you thought you were. I mean, you were, well, never mind. I'll leave you with that. It's like a paradox, it's for each person to figure out. At the time, it seemed like the right thing. Sometimes, and very often, we do things, and then, because, it seems right at the time. And then we look back and we know why we did that. But in the meantime, until you know why you're going there, sometimes you just have to trust your gut. And, we don't know where we're going. We're just sort of, following our inner ear, our inner eye, right? Nobody's putting up a sign, oh, this is where you go next, Zazoo, this way. No, it's in here. So all you can do is breathe in and breathe out and go with the flow and listen to the gin blossoms. go home and put, have my sandwich, watch the game, maybe, listen to some music with a hot compress on my. That would feel really good. It just like, just, manifest. Listen to some, gin blossoms or some cool, relaxing music. Drift a little bit. So, gin blossoms actually, as a footnote, well, it's a drink, but I guess it came from, I don't know if you know this, it came from with W.C. Fields. Yeah, it said that, those like rosacea or those spots on his face, they call those gin blossoms. And there was a quote, it was in some book called the Hollywood, what's it called? Hollywood Babylon. Yeah. So that's where they took the name of the band from. Yeah. So that's your fun fact for the day. So with that, I'm going to go back and I think I felt a little scattered today. It's that reading from the scriptures about the law, the old law and the new law and the commandments, and it just seems like all that is kind of in flux right now. But anyway, I'll leave you with that, and I'm going to get back to the game before halftime. So I think let's see. Oh, happy Valentine's Day, everybody! Lots of love. Have a great week, and yeah, may you eat chocolates. 'Cause dark chocolate, my mother used to say you could have it every day. So if you get the opportunity, treat yourself to it just a little bit. Dark chocolate. Till next week, Zazoo Plazz. Signing out. Bye-bye.